Hi everybody, welcome to my big tidy up. My name's Dee Dee. Thanks for checking out my channel today. Now today I'm talking to you from the upstairs, but I'm not staying. I am headed downstairs to the basement. I got two situations I need to tackle today, and yeah, I'm calling them situations. The first situation is my storage room. I need to do some decluttering, and I know it seems like I'm always decluttering, but we've got some files we need to go through. And remember how I told you when I redid this den over here that I'd probably get a smaller Christmas tree? Well, the bigger tree is going to a family member, so I need to haul it out. I've left containers open from all of the fall decorating, and I've got some toy containers in there, which leads me to situation number two. Number two, I have been talking about the problem that I have with all of my grandson's toys. I need to find a solution. Well, I think I found one today, and I've got some things coming. I've already picked up some containers that I think are gonna work down there, and I've got one more that I'm hoping will be delivered today before this video is done. So I appreciate you joining me today. So let's head downstairs. Let's take care of two situations, and let's get tidy. Okay, friends, I have headed down to the basement and I will show you the situations I'm hoping to fix today. Now, the first situation I'm dealing with is the storage room because I think some of the things that need to be done in here are going to take a little bit of time, so I want to start it first. And here is some of the problems. And I will go through and explain what's going on in here. Now, the first problem is I decorated for fall, but I didn't put the tubs up because some of the items I'm going to use when I decorate the outside for fall. So I need to kind of go through there and get the tubs for the holidays put back on the shelf. I've got toy tubs in here, some books, some blocks, because I've not had ample storage or ways to store them out in the room. So I need to go through that. I need to get some things off the shelf and back into their categories. Now, here's what I think will really help this room if it goes as planned. I've got these files here, and these are my husband's, so he is going to go through. He thinks he's going to be able to declutter some of these. Now, what would be great is if we could get these two boxes off the floor and just have four. I don't know that that's going to happen, but I'm wishing and hoping that that will be the case. So I'm going to haul these out so he can start on those right away. And then over here, I am going to be able to get this off the floor because when I redid the den, remember I told you this was just going to be too big for the new arrangement. And quite honestly, we've got three big trees. One is real big, and at our age, it's just too much for us to do. I'll just be honest. And this won't fit in the den anymore anyway, the way I've got it. So this is going to a family member, so it's going to a good home. And so I'm excited about that, and I'll be looking for a smaller one over here on this side. Now this little table, I am going to keep down here because if we do puzzles, that works great. This table I've kept down here, but it's never been used in here. It's only been used in the garage, so it's going in the garage. We're going to get rid of these two frames, downsize these boxes. It's popcorn season time because it's football season, kickoff this weekend, so I need to get that out, which is why I've kind of redone over here and move the marbles to one end, and I'm going to keep this as the snack zone, so I'm doing that today. And last but not least, here is what I'm hoping will be a solution for the toys. I've got these, and I'm going to kind of line them up, and I'm going to categorize these so that they can pull the drawer out, and these drawers do come out. That's why I picked these. And so I picked up one. I have a small Walmart. I live in an isolated area, so I was only able to get one. My son was in a bigger city. He picked up two, and I've got two more coming today that's supposed to be here from Walmart. We will see. Hopefully they will make it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to need five. I don't know if I have room for five, but my plan is to slide everything down, move the pack and play, and I may keep it out, and I'll explain that a little bit later, and then kind of have a row of the drawers. That way I have the drawers here, the toys are accessible, they can grab a drawer, take it out to the middle of the floor or on the coffee table if they need to, and it's also right here by this row of cabinets that keeps all the games and other toys. See, this is what we've been having to do. Bring little totes out. You can't get everything to fit in there. So I am hoping that these drawers will be the solution, and it's still gonna look like kids are down here, and that's okay. We are happy to do it, but I do want it where it's more accessible, where things can be reached easily and cleaned up easily. Now, as much as I love this tree, I cannot tell you in words how happy I am to get it off of the floor and out of this room. You know, I hate things all over the floor. And I know we're probably going to get another tree for the den, but it will be much, much smaller if we do. And it's probably going to stay on top of the cabinets in the garage. Now, I do keep all of my holiday stuff in this room, so I hate to separate even one thing from the group because I'm a huge fan of keeping all of my categories of things together in the same place. But it truly is ridiculous to bring the tree downstairs all the way to the basement to take it back upstairs to use it when there's more room in the garage. So I'm just going to make it make sense, and I'm going to keep it if we get another tree out in the garage. Now, I know the thermometer still shows summer, but when I pull out the popcorn popper, to me, it has officially become fall because football started. Now, I know not everybody's a football fan, but we definitely are in this house. And we do have some game day rituals. Now, I don't know if I would call us superstitious, but we do the same things on every game day, and we don't deviate from the plan. We sit in the same places, we wear the same shirt or sweatshirts, we pop the popcorn, we have the same drinks out of the same glasses. And for me, I feel like I must watch the kickoff. I've got to be in there to watch the kickoff, if nothing else, because it might be bad luck. And you know, now that I've said all these things, maybe we are just a little bit superstitious. Any of you tidy uppers that are football fans and really have a favorite team, do you do anything special on game days? I'm just curious, or maybe I'm looking for reassurance that we're not wackadoos. Well, the files have been gone through and we are down to just 4 boxes. So no more boxes on the floor. Now that doesn't mean that something else won't take its place on the floor, but at least if there was a leak or water got on the floor, it won't be damaging any of the files. And since I'm going to have some extra plastic totes left over once I get the toys in the drawers, now I can put my New Year's items in a little tote instead of this box. Well, the storage room is done and I love how it turned out. I've got the popcorn maker and all the supplies set up for the football games, so that's done. I'm hoping I'll be able to take a few things from underneath here, and then there'll be room to keep the karaoke machine underneath there. I think it's the safest place for it. So what I really have left are just organizing the toys. The problem is, however, according to the FedEx tracking, I was supposed to have those 2 other drawer sets between 10:30 and 2:30, and now it's after 3:30, so I'm just gonna have to move on with what I've got and see if I can make it work. And maybe I won't need those extra ones after all. I think I will, but I'm just gonna work with what I have. I will be eliminating this big clear tote, and I would like to take this little chest and fill it with the balls and keep it behind the big chair over here. I think it'll look neat and tidy, so that's my plan. I'm gonna slide everything down and we'll just see what we come up with. Well, initially, I thought I was going to keep the pack and play on this wall, and I would kind of keep this side as more of a kid zone. But as I got into it, I felt like the pack and play looked too crowded, especially if and when the other two sets of drawers would ever come. I would want to keep those somewhat close to the other drawers. So I decided I would move it to the opposite wall, which meant that I would no longer be able to keep the TV at the angle, and I would have to move the TV up against the fireplace wall, etc., etc. And this is what happens when I do a project. So many times one thing leads to another, and everything always seems to take longer than I thought it would. Now, I did want to go through and do a good sort of all of the toys for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to make each drawer a category. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm all about grouping liked items together. And the second reason is because I wanted to separate what I would call the baby or toddler toys that the boys have outgrown into their own drawers. And you're probably thinking, well, if they've outgrown them, put them away, don't keep them in the room. But the reason I'm not putting them away is the same reason why I'm not putting away the pack and play, is because we will have a new little family member in December that will be needing to use those things. So we are super excited about that. Now, I do know by adding all of these little drawer sets, it is going to make the room look a little bit more crowded, and it isn't going to look probably aesthetically perfect. Well, there's no probably about it. It's not going to. But I have come to the point in my life that I am not making Pinterest posts. I don't care. I'm trying to make memories. So we're just going to roll with this stage of our lives, and we're going to enjoy the littles, because one day they won't be little anymore. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this very moment, I hear the doorbell ring. Well, they have arrived. Now my biggest fear is that I'm going to open them up and they're going to be the wrong color, or they're going to be the smaller ones and not the ones I ordered. So here it is, live as we go. Let's see how it goes. Please be gray, please be gray. And they are. Yay, okay. Well, it stressed me out. They were hours late and covered with some kind of black streaks. I don't even know what it was, but I am grateful they made it. And whatever the black streaks were, they did come off with the Clorox wipe. They looked just like the other ones from the store, and we were good to go. Well, the storage room has been decluttered and organized. The toys are organized. The drawers are loaded. The TV's been moved, and I'm loving it right there. And the vacuum is running, so I'm calling it a day.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, in an almost lane, but I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back, just like a boomerang, just like a boomerang, just like a I keep on spinning like a boomerang. You know exactly where to push or pull, and I am going mad just like you knew I would. You're reading me like an open book. You know me better than I ever thought you could. You see my body rush for the escape.
What I told you, no one knows about, and you keep it that way. How I know you, I could cry or shout, you will listen either way. And I told you about the full breakdowns that are only mine to talk about. I even told you about the sacred grounds where I go when I need to shout. There is more to you than words can say. You're the roof when I'm wet from rain. You know the core in every bit of pain. So I wanted to say that you'll see me rise. You've seen me crash and burn and fall overboard, and you'll be seeing me rise. You've given me more than I could ever afford. Swear you will see me rise. I will love you, I will have your back, as you always have mine. 'Cause I owe you, when the world's pitch black, you and I will stay entwined. And I told you about the full breakdowns that are only mine to talk about. I even told you about the sacred grounds where I go when I need to shout. There is more to you than words can say. You're the roof when I'm wet from rain. You know the core in every bit of pain. So I wanted to say that you'll see me rise. You've seen me crash and burn and fall overboard, and you'll be seeing me rise. You've given me more than I could ever afford. Swear you will see me rise. I rise and I will rise. I burn and I will rise. I burn and I will rise. Swear you'll be seeing me rise. Rise and I will rise. I burn and I will rise. I burn and I will rise. You'll be seeing me rise. You've seen me crash and burn and fall overboard, and you'll be seeing me rise.
Well, Tidy Uppers, that's all for today. The situations have been taken care of. I sure do appreciate you being here. Please take care of yourself. And until I see you in the next one, stay tidy.